There's only two players I've talked about leaving Apex that was a really negative thing in the community, and that is Dizzy and Asu. And today, I believe, is the third player that was a big impact and is now gone. So my question is, how many more people have to leave and quit? How many big content creators, how many big drawing names has to leave the game before Apex finally listens to what players really want? And honestly, seeing such a big announcement from such a big player in the community and one of the most successful players in the community, this really makes it scary considering the aftermarket trailer just released. This makes you wonder if he actually saw this trailer and thought, wow, this is still not what we want. So I'm sure you know by now, but the player that I'm talking about that is quitting Apex to pursue Valorant actually is TSM Alb. Now, why is this significant versus Dizzy and Asu? Sure, Asu and Dizzy had a bigger following, and sure, they were definitely probably more influential, but TSM Alb actually holds the most championships in Apex Legends to this date, along with Imperial How and Reps. So these are definitely players that Respawn is going to be looking to make some really big decisions, and I think they are going to have a lot more influence on the game rather than just old casual people like you and I. And so this is what he said on Twitter. He said, "And to those I love, thanks for sticking around." And then he put a twit longer, and then he also showed, "This might not be forever goodbye, but for now it's time for me to explore different options for the sake of my happiness." Timmy and Nicewig also chiming in, just wishing him the best for his future. But this is actually what his twit long says that makes things a little scary for Apex. So I'm not going to read the full thing, but he starts off by saying, "Today is the day that I announce my retirement from competitive Apex and choose to pursue a future in Valorant. I know some people will be upset by this decision and choose to no longer support me, and I completely understand, but this is a choice I've decided to make for the sake of my happiness. I am far too anxious about the future of Apex to feel comfortable staying in the scene." This is where it gets really scary for Apex. I've voiced my opinions on this on stream a few times about how Apex feels like a sinking ship to me, and well, it's time for me to get off before I sink with it. And then the next few paragraphs is just him thanking a lot of people for helping him to get to where he's at. But this is what I really want to focus on: the fact that he most likely saw the aftermarket trailer and came to a conclusion that now is the time to move on from Apex. It's still a sinking ship for him, and he's going to move on to Valorant. That makes you really worried, because what is it that's going in the minds behind the scenes of these pro players and content creators like me that really are not satisfied? And devs can complain all they want about how we're too demanding, how we want too much, but at the end of the day, other companies are doing it so much better than Apex is. They really have no excuse. If it's a shortage of staff, then you really just need to hire more people like everyone else is doing. You cannot keep holding on to that excuse. You can't keep holding on to all of these excuses to not bring new content. Other developers are doing it. That's why Apex literally is a sinking ship, like Alb said. The game, whether you want to admit it or not, is in fact dying. It's losing players every single day. The relevancy is becoming less and less every single day, and I don't want this, guys. Don't think that I'm sitting here rejoicing over the fact that Apex is dying. I want them to listen. I want them to do better. I want this game to get back where it needs to be, because this is my part-time job right now. If Apex is not doing good, I'm not doing good. So how many more people have to quit the game for Apex to finally realize that they're doing something wrong? So what's been providing the sinking ship effect for you for Apex Legends? Is it the 16 tick rate servers? Is it the bad hit registration? Is it the bad LTM, recycled game modes? Is it the lack of content, lack of map changes, lack of having good game modes and constantly just using recycled game modes? Is it the amount of delays that we always get? What is making Apex so boring for you? Or do you feel like Apex is doing perfectly fine? I feel like a lot of people do think that Apex is doing really, really good, but the fact is they're casual players, and a lot of casual players tend to not have a big opinion or big voice on social media like content creators and pro players, and a lot of those people's voice goes unheard. But because content creators and pro players really, I would say, hold the majority of Apex players' attention on a day-to-day basis, I would really say that if the pro players and the content creators say Apex is dying, then it really is dying, because they are persuading so many people to believe in what they believe, and sometimes that can be a really dangerous thing. So let me know what you think down in the comments below about this situation. TSM Alb has left Apex for Valorant for good. Will we see another pro player drop very, very soon? Only time will tell. But if you did enjoy this video, make sure to leave a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel for some more Apex Legends content like this. I have a lot to talk about before the aftermarket event comes out, so make sure to turn on that notification bell so you don't miss the next few videos. The very next one I'm making, I think, is going to be an absolute killer of a video. Even if it doesn't do well, I think it's going to be really good, because it's something that no one really talks about in Apex that could be the worst feature holding this game down. Make sure to join the Discord community down below. We're going to have a few spots left for tomorrow's tournament rock, paper, scissors for 1,000 Apex coins. All you got to do is join the Discord, go to the announcements page, and it will tell you everything you need to know. We're going to cut it off at 128 players. I think we have like 100 right now, so go ahead and get your spot as soon as possible. Tournament is tomorrow at 1 p.m. Eastern. And that's going to be it for today's video. It's Vibe or Die, only positivity. Make sure to join the Discord and be nice to people. Have a great rest of your day. Go Dogs. I saw someone comment War Eagle the other day. You are going down, my good friend. I will see you all in tomorrow's video. Later, and peace.